Master Chief, mind telling me what you're doing with that Snuggie? Sir, bedtime. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video. And today we're taking a look at another Halo series, Halo movie on Amazon Prime. And I didn't know Amazon Prime had a Halo section, but I do now. And with this Halo section, they have a movie called Halo Legends, which I thought was an anime series. And this is an anime anthology series, very similar to What If from Marvel, and very similar to Star Wars Visions as well, where it is like different animation studios having their take on Star Wars or having their take on Halo. And this was made way before Star Wars Visions, and this is in a film format, which I didn't really like. I would have preferred it if it was in episodes. I would have still watched it all in one go, but there's no clear end point or start point to these sections. But without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say about Halo Legends. It came out in 2010, and it's a sci-fi action, and it is 2 hours long. It has a 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb, a 4.2 out of 5 on Amazon, and a 72% on Rotten Tomatoes. You can watch this on Amazon Prime, and 7 anime stories relate to the popular Halo series of computer games and the universe associated with it. So, the first one was quite boring. It was just Cortana explaining the Flood. That was it. Art style is pretty cool. I liked the art style of the first one, but it was boring. It was just Cortana talking about the Flood and how the Flood takes over. Shit that I already knew. It covered old ground, wasn't anything new, wasn't anything fantastic. The second one was cool as fuck. It was the Covenant, but as samurais, and that was sick as fuck. The art style was really cool as well, because it was like paint splatters, and it was very fuzzy, and it was really beautiful, and it was a really good fight scene, and it was really emotional as well, because we had the characters fighting each other, and it was really impactful, and it was cool as fuck. I loved the art style for this one, because it really caught my eye as something that stands out, and it did say 7 anime studios. I could not name a single anime studio here. I can tell you what anime it looks like, but I can't tell you what anime studio it is. But this one I've never seen before, with this sort of paint splatter, this fuzzy outline one. Cool as fuck though, and I was really upset when our dude lost that samurai battle. He hyped himself up all, like, for the 5 minutes of whatever his section was, and he then ended up losing. A gripe that I had with this is the anime sections didn't have a clear start and end point. They just moved on to the next one whenever they felt like it, and they didn't have like the same amount of time as the others. So it was kind of just like, oh, we'll have 5 minutes on this one, we'll have 20 minutes on this one, 25 on that one, 2 on that one, and it just felt so random and sporadic. And the art style change was very jarring, because there was no smooth transition, it just sort of swapped, and it was very jarring to sort of jump from one anime style to another. There was another one where we had Master Chief teaming up with like a knockoff Team Rocket, and fighting the Covenant with a T-Rex, which was kind of goofy, kind of silly. I quite liked that one. It was kind of funny, and was quite entertaining. That one was more of like a comedy one, and it was quite funny. I very much did enjoy that one. It was a lot softer and used a lot more colors. It was quite bright and vibrant. And then we had 2 darker ones, which had Master Chief helping a group of soldiers get out the swamp and get back to safety, and they fought through the swamp, and it was really cool, but it was dark and gritty. We had the characters blaming each other, we had character turmoil, and it really got you to know the characters in that one, even though you only had a limited amount of time with them. It really was impactful and really sort of stuck out to me as one of the better ones. My favourite one was the one where Master Chief wasn't even in it. There was this girl who was fighting her way through, and she was sacrificing herself to save her, like, group, to save her, like, soldiers. And when she fought, she was fighting, she sacrificed herself, and her group died anyway, and she saw them die because she wasn't strong enough, and she died as well. And I thought that was so sad, but it was such a beautiful story. She like gave it her all, and she had hope, and she she believed that she could do this, and it didn't work out, and it was really unfortunate. It was sad. It was moving. I liked it. The art style was really cool. Definitely gave me like the 90s anime feel of like Cowboy Bebop and stuff like that, and like Hunter x Hunter. So I did really like that one as well. And then the last one was like the biggest total shift, because they'd all been like 2D up until this point, and then we just jumped to like 3D cell shaded like style, and this one was the like fucking most badass one, because it was just Master Chief and two others fighting their way through a Covenant ship to save one of the science ladies, and it looked like they were sacrificing themselves one by one as it went on, but they were actually alive at the end, so it was like a happy days ending. And it was cool as fuck, because we just got to see Master Chief fighting with like the Covenant, and they were very like respectful, because they were challenging him to like a sword fight, and fair enough, he could have just shot that guy straight in the head if he wanted to, but he didn't. He picked up the sword, and he was willing to do like whatever like weird, was it like a ritual, was it like a challenge, was it like a respect thing, whatever it was cool and it was badass, and I liked it. We had them jumping through space as well, because the ship was falling apart and disconnecting. It was genuinely badass as fuck. And I'm gonna be honest, some of the stories were lackluster. Like I said, the first one was really lackluster, and I don't feel like that one should have been the first one, because it was so boring and so repetitive, and everyone who's seen Halo before would have already known all about the Flood anyway. It kind of felt like we were treading over old ground, and I don't feel like that one would have kept people's attention and would have made people want to watch the rest of them, which is quite unfortunate, because some of the rest of them, as this like movie goes on, get really good and get really deep and show us different parts of the Halo universe that aren't actually to do with John. And I thought the ones which didn't have John in were some of the better ones. Like I said, my favourite too was the samurai one, and was the one where that girl made her sacrifice. And I can't remember every single aspect of every single story. That's a ridiculous thing to ask. There's 7 of them, and I'm pretty sure I've covered like 5. I don't think I remember every single one of them. There's the dinosaur one, there's the samurai one, there's the spaceship one, there's the sacrifice one, there's the escape pod one, there's the flood. I'm missing one. I don't remember one of them, okay? It was probably boring anyway, not gonna lie. Oh, no, I do remember. It's the mech one. Master Chief got in a giant fucking mech and slaughtered the Covenant, and I do believe that was it. He literally just got in a big fucking mech and fought the Covenant. That was like the 7th story. That one was so fucking random, but I was here for it. There was so much violence and like so much, I don't know, Master Chief being a big fucking mech was cool. Like, he has no right to be in a big fucking mech. He's already in like a massive suit of armor. He's already a big fucking dude, and he's just making himself bigger. He was a fucking beast in that one. But again, it was just like mindless violence, so that's why I don't remember that one as much. That one doesn't stick out to me. It was cool to watch, like I said, mindless violence, just a big fucking mech taking out the Covenant, something that we don't actually get to see from the Halo world. It was really cool. And again, like, my favorites were these 2, which had nothing to do with like the Halo games. It was a self-sacrifice mission, and it was a samurai fight. Like, that shit would have had no right to be in any Halo game or any Halo like movie or TV show. So having the anime studio have free reign over like the Halo franchise to create their own stories and their own characters, I feel like was really cool and like a good choice. I don't know why they all didn't just go off with making new characters. I don't know why some of them played it safe and stayed within like the realm of Halo and just did like, oh, let's do Master Chief saving the scientists from the Covenant. That's not really exciting or sort of out there. That's kind of something that we would expect to see from the Halo games. Like, with Star Wars Visions, it gives the people like the opportunity to expand the Star Wars lore, or like do whatever they want in the Star Wars universe. This is like a once in like a lifetime opportunity to make something for the Halo universe. Whether it's canon or not is a different matter, and I don't think that really adds into anything. But it gives you the opportunity to make something cool, make something exciting, make something that you wouldn't always have the chance to do. And fair enough, it's like, oh, it's Halo, it's Master Chief. Fair enough, but the most exciting stories were the ones which were some of the soldier ones. Now, I did review Halo, like, Frontline or whatever it was called, Frontiers of whatever, like a couple of days ago. It was a shit fucking film, and that did revolve around the soldiers, and I don't feel like that was a good movie, but this, like, 20-minute segment of this 2-hour movie where it focused on the soldiers and how they were trying to survive in this war and how they were trying to make it out of this area was so good. It was so action-packed, and it was, like, so character-driven, and it gave them all, like, a meaningful segment. And this is everything that I shit on the other movie for having, but it did it so much better. It gave them all actual personalities instead of just being one-note characters. It gave them all meaningful, like, aspects to the mission. They all had a role to play, and they had backstory. They had, like, character development through this 20 minutes. This 20-minute segment was better than that entire fucking movie, and I want a full season. I want a full season of whatever the fuck that was. Whatever that was, I want more of it, because it was fucking good. And overall, I don't think I'd watch Halo Legends again, but I do think this is a really good idea that more movie franchises or games should do, where they do open the doors and give free reign to some animation studios to create their own, like, shorts for their series, just for, like, a little anthology series, because it just lets them have their creative juices flow, gives them a little bit of time to produce something really cool, and I'm excited to see what comes next. I don't think we're going to get another season of Star Wars Visions, although I would like to. I'm just interested to see what else we could have. Like, another season of, like, What If from Marvel could have been, like, Marvel. Like a Marvel one, but, like, could have given it to other animation studios where we have everybody trying out their own stuff. Honestly, this Halo one was a 6 out of 10, though.